I have the Flash. In my mind's eye, I would think it would be a lot higher than this on this list. The trailers look good. The advanced screening reports from are all glowing. People excited through the roof. Ezra Miller's had a year to kind of cool off a little bit from a lot of his legal fumblings and mumbo jumbo type stuff. He hasn't been making headlines lately. Fingers crossed. Uh, but there's something. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's just because the DCEU is largely dead and waiting to be rebooted. And yes, this is going to be the film that reboots the DC universe. I'm not a huge Ezra Miller as the Flash fan. I like him as an actor. I think he's a talented actor. But Ezra Miller as Barry Allen the Flash, not as big on. Although the effects look really good in this film, I like the actress they have cast as the romantic lead as Iris. Cast looks amazing, and anytime you can bring back Michael Keaton in any fashion, but bringing him back as Bruce Wayne Batman, the kind of the kickoff to the darker look to superhero films. All that is why I have the Flash.
Much like Fast X, it's on my list as well, but noticeably higher. So I definitely have my optimism about the movie, but yeah, I think just from what we've seen in the trailers, it looks like it's going to one serve as a reboot of the entire DCU, which the Flash movie is perfect for doing such a thing. Uh, it'll be super cool to see Michael Keaton come back as Batman, probably just for the one time. It'll still be cool as hell to see him again. But I think at the core of it, it's going to have a good emotional story about Barry losing his mother, and the opportunity to bring her back or see her one more time will hopefully still be at the core of the movie, but with all the other multiversal time travel shenanigans going on. So I don't know. If Tom Cruise liked it, there's a chance it's good. So
It's true.
fingers crossed there.
Now, are you a regular watcher of the Flash TV show at all over the years?
I kept up with it for the first few-ish years or so. I was always more of an Arrow guy myself, but I was following the show. I was pretty much following the Arrowverse until Crisis on Infinite Earths, and then I kind of lost interest after that. But I do intend to watch the entirety of the Flash probably once the series is fully over come summertime. But I've liked what they've done there. There's definitely some things I kind of want to see from the show in the movie, like as far as like tone and the relationships with the characters and things like that. But yeah, hopefully it's good because otherwise, if it's a train wreck, that's just gonna be like one more shovel into the grave for the DCEU, which would just be a bummer.
Yeah, and maybe it's just shame on me for giving up on the DC universe because of the DCEU. I shame on me. I love the DC characters more than Marvel characters. I've been watching the Flash TV show for pretty much since it went on, since season two. And season two, they did the Flashpoint storyline. So the fact that they're bringing the Flashpoint storyline to this movie, in some ways, it's been 6-7 years since they did that, and not everyone watches the TV show. So the fact that they're bringing it to the Flash film, I'm optimistic about, but something about it feels off. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's the two Ezra Millers. Maybe I was rooting for Grant Gustin to get into the film in some way, shape, or form from the TV show as the Flash, but it is still on my list. Number 3 is The Flash for you.
The trailer, I think, definitely did a great job of showing off what the potential of this movie actually is. Because for so long, it was like, oh, the movie's happening with this director. Oh, they backed out. Oh, a new director, back out, new director, yada yada yada. And they finally shot the thing. Then they reshot parts of it. Then it got delayed. Then it got delayed. Then it got delayed over and over again. Then all the Ezra Miller controversy stuff ensued, and then everything in flux at DC at the moment. So it just kind of felt like this could be a disaster. But I think at the end of the day, from what the trailer's shown, again, I think it's going to do a lot as far as resetting the DCU, giving some good nostalgic fan service with Michael Keaton's Batman coming back in a prominent role too, not just a little cameo, which I think is going to be fantastic. Uh, but I do think at the core of the story is going to be just Barry Allen, trying to finally come to terms with the death of his mother, trying to maybe not try to save her at the end of it, or and just seeing the consequences of his actions and just all of that unfolding. I think that's going to be, at least I hope it's going to be the center of the movie at the end of the day. And I think that will definitely be well executed. And yeah, I think also to be hopefully it'll be a good way to just wrap up 10 years of the DCEU and just kind of gracefully usher in the new era. That's all we could ask for at this point.
This is a film that has been stuck in development hell, as they say. They announced the Flash movie the
A week
same.
after the show.
Yeah, and to think that the Flash TV show has been on the air for 9 full seasons and will come to an end before this movie even airs, tells just how much of a development hell the Flash has been through, and all of the DCEU as well. So the fact that they're rebooting the DC universe with this film, it's a really good choice to do that. Flashpoint is a great storyline. When they did Flashpoint in the TV show during season 2, I was a big fan of that storyline and the way they approached it as well. So hopefully that proves to be a good omen for things to come. Love the cast for this film, and again, Michael Keaton coming back as Batman. You can't go wrong with Michael Keaton. There's just something about Michael Keaton, and the fact that we never got a third Michael Keaton Batman movie. I love those '90s Batman films, but I wish we would have got a third Michael Keaton Batman movie. And the fact that we never did. Hopefully, this will be a nice close to his time in the cowl.